Hey y'all, welcome to Rice and Crafts. Today I'm going to show you how to make this cute little bow. I'm doing Christmas stuff, so I decided to make my own bows this year. I thought it would be fun to something new. So what you're going to need is you are going to need some double-sided paper, or in this case all I did was took some regular red paper and then I stamped with a background stamp. That's all there is to it. And I have this one guy who's not wanting to play nice, but that's okay. Okay, so what you need is you need either like this. I'm using 6 by 6 inch. Hold on, let me grab the. Whoops. This is the Merry Days of Christmas 6 by 6 pad from my Mind's Eye. I got this last year and I just had a couple pieces left, so I used 2 of the 6 by 6 because you need at least, well, you're gonna have a little short of 6 by 12 you're gonna need. And what you're gonna do is you're going to either cut your 12 by 12 down to 6 or take your 6 by 6 pad. And I did, these bows are 3/4 of an inch, and you just are going to cut 3/4 of an inch strips. And you need 8 6 by 3/4 inch strips. Then you're going to cut an inch off, and you need 4 5 by 3/4 inch strips. And then you need 1 4 by 3/4 inch strip. And what you're going to do is you're going to take, I'm going to do my 5-inch strip first, and all you're going to do is you're just going to twist it like that. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to grab a little bit of my snail adhesive, and I'm just going to bend it around like that.
What is that fence made out of? Plastic or wire? It's wire, but it's plastic coated.
And then you're just going to push that down. And I've got one pattern on the loop up, and you've got a second pattern down here. You want all 4 of your 5-inch pieces to have the patterns matching. Now what I do is for my 6-inch strip, I'm going to flip it over and do a different pattern up on the top of my curve here. So all I'm going to do once again is put a little bit of adhesive. You can use any kind of adhesive you want. I just happen to be using snail because it's what I have. And that's all there is to it. And then your 4-inch strip, you're going to just hold off on doing anything with that, because you've got an opportunity to kind of mess with it after you start putting it together. I'm going to grab my brad, because you are going to need a brad. And I just am using a utilitarian white. You could use just the ones you get at the office supply store. You don't need one of those cute brads. Nobody's going to see it. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my hole punch. I'm using my Crop-A-Dile, and I happen to be using the smaller setting, which is not marked, but I'm using the smaller setting, and I'm just going to punch a hole down at the bottom. Oops, I'm not even on screen, sorry. And you're going to want the holes to be about the same place for all 4 of your 5-inch strips. Now I'm going to take my 6-inch strip once again, and you're just going to punch a hole down at the bottom. That's all there is to it. It's so easy. Next, I'm going to take my brad, and I'm going to take my 4 5-inch pieces. This guy is not... There we go. And I'm just going to go ahead and thread these guys onto my brad. Just like that. And you're going to kind of space them evenly. Like that. Except I'm going to take mine apart quick here, because I don't like this one. And of course it happened to be the first one I put on. There we go. That's better. So once again, you're just gonna thread them on.
I don't think it's quite the idea of the picture that's how you're going.
Just like that. Till you've got that. That's the design the look you're looking for. Right there.
They all are. Both of them are.
Okay, next you're gonna take your 6-inch strips and you're just gonna do the same thing. You're gonna thread between the two you've already got going. Let me grab these here so they're over here. And you're just going to go between. Okay, so after you should have 8 rings on and it'll look like this. Now, I'm going to put the rest of them on and I'm going to just do what I did before and go in between. So where I put one of the red polka dotted ones last time, I'm going to go beside it this time. Just like that. And then this one I got to put back together. Okay, and he is going to go here. Just like that. And you can, because you're using a brad, you can kind of squish them around and do whatever you need to do with them. Now, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to close my brad. Just like that. And then I go ahead and push it flat on my table to make sure my brad is nice and closed. And you can still kind of move them around still and get them where you want them to be. Okay, now I'm going to take my 4-inch strip and this is going to be your middle loop. And you don't want to do anything with it until you get your rest of your layers on so you can, make it as tight or as loose as you need it to be. So then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take a little bit of my snail and just go ahead and loop it around. And I want a pretty decent size loop. Now, I'm going to go ahead and just grab some regular tape. And I'm just going to run that on the inside over that seam just to give me a little bit of extra security because it is just snail adhesive that I'm using. Okay, next I'm going to grab a glue dot and I'm going to put my glue dot down here on the bottom, about where your seam is. You know when you make a loop like that, you've got a flat spot. You're going to put your glue dot on the flat spot.
What is that, It's a company.
And then all I'm going to do is press that in the center over the top of my brad. And there is your bow. How cute is that? Thanks for stopping by, y'all. I'll see you next time.